Hello everyone, my name is Timiri. I lived in the southern part of Cyprus. I'm the only child my parents has. I'm here to tell you all how I became a smoker at age 2. I was an innocent child, full of wonder, with big curious eyes. But I grew up in a family where certain habits were common and often overlooked. My father and my uncle, both kind-hearted men, were heavy smokers, and the air in the house always seemed to carry the scent of tobacco. At the tender age of 2, I would watch as my father lit cigarettes, puffing clouds of smoke that danced around the room. My uncle would often visit, and together they'd sit, smoke, and talk for hours. I will sit at the corner and observe them. Sometimes when my father isn't around, I would sneak a cigarette from the packs lying around. At first, I didn't know what I was doing, but I had seen my father and my uncle do it so many times that it seemed like the most natural thing in the world. It wasn't long before the habit stuck. I didn't understand the harm. I was too young to know. I only saw it as something that the people I loved did, something normal. My small hands would light the cigarette just as my father did, my tiny lips drawing the smoke in with a sense of accomplishment. When I turned 5, I was already a professional. My friends at school were happy for me. Instead of discouraging me, they encouraged me to keep going, joining them at times. It was a game to us, and to me, it was simply what he knew. By the time I was 8, my father and my uncle had caught glimpses of me smoking. At first, they were shocked, but their response was silence. They didn't speak to me about it, didn't stop me. Maybe they felt guilty for setting the example, or maybe they believed it was harmless for a child my age. Either way, their silence spoke volumes, and I continued unchallenged. As I grew older, I started to understand that smoking wasn't something children should do. But whenever someone confronted me about it, I would shrug and say, "Leave me alone. It's not my fault." I didn't teach myself this. Rather, I learned from the best. After all, no one had ever told me otherwise. My father, my uncle, my friends, they had all either shown him or remained silent. How could I have known any better? By the age of 11, my smoking was no longer a secret. The villagers knew, but no one intervened. It was as if they had accepted it as part of who I was. I myself felt trapped. Deep down, I knew it wasn't right. But the habit had taken root, and without guidance, I didn't know how to stop. I longed for someone to tell me that I could change, that it wasn't too late. But the silence remained. And so, I continued down the path that had been set before me. A boy who had learned too early, surrounded by the quiet complicity of those who should have spoken up. Please say no to smoking at a very tender age. Parents, do your work as the parents and stop instigating bad habit. Thank you.